Oh, see if we can get out of here without hitting anybody. My seatbelt thing is probably gonna ding too, because I'm just in the neighborhood. I'm not gonna put the seatbelt on just yet. Welcome back to Fat Bass TV, everybody. Today, today's Thursday. I'm on my way to go to my my Thursday meeting. God, hold on. There. Alright, so I'm on my way to go to my Thursday meeting. I'm gonna stop at my little pond here in the neighborhood, and I'm gonna throw this spinnerbait for a minute and just see. I'm not gonna put a whole lot of time into it, but we'll see how it goes. How about that? And this afternoon, I may have something special in store for you guys this afternoon. I'm about to see how well it goes and how much time I have. Hopefully I'll have enough time to do it, because I think it's gonna be pretty exciting. So you guys stay tuned. Be right back. Here we go. Let's see if we can get something on this old spinnerbait here. Come on, spinnerbait. Get us a fish. There's one right there. That's a good one too, boy. Oh, big one. Let's back the drag down a little bit. Come on. Ah, he got off. Ah. That's a good one. Woo, doggy. My goodness. Well, spinnerbait did what it was supposed to do. I didn't. Nothing like an early morning spinnerbait bite. I believe that was a gunshot. I really do. That was pretty close. If I had to guess, it's over in those apartments somewhere. It wasn't far. Sun got in your face. Okay, so I caught a fish, maybe. I didn't land it, but I caught a pretty good one on spinnerbait. That's pretty exciting. I like fishing spinnerbaits, as you guys well know. I love it. So maybe that time to fish spinnerbaits again. Shoot, there's people coming in this parking lot. So I'm gonna run and I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. Give me about 1 second and I'll be right back with you. All right, guys, time check right now. It is 3:51. I'm headed over to Heavysack. They're where they make the rods. I don't know what you would call that. But I'm headed over to where they make the rods. I just kind of want to show you guys around in there and talk a little bit about what they do and why they're different than everybody else. So I'll be there in about 5 minutes, so I'll see you guys when I get there. And that's loud. Alright, so we're gonna roll up in here. I'm sorry about the air conditioning noise. We'll roll up in here and see what they got going on. The other gentleman that helps him in here, Shannon Denson, he's not here. It's just gonna be Junior, the owner. So we'll roll up in here and see what they got going on. Alright guys, so we're back here at Heavysack Fishing Rods, and we're here with the owner, Junior Pierce, and he's gonna tell us a little bit about what they do and how they do it.
Hey everybody. My name is Junior Pierce. I started Heavysack Custom Rods about 3 years ago. I built myself a rod, I built my wife a rod, and the third rod we built, sold, and just been building and selling rods ever since. Last year alone we built over 700 sitting right here behind us.
That's awesome.
Just to be honest, man, I've just been blessed. I mean, it's OCD kicked in. Did a lot of research, a lot of YouTubing, read a lot of forums, talked with a lot of people, and you know, just got lucky and blessed, and try to do the best quality work we can get.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so we're gonna get Junior to kind of walk us through the process of how his mind works on how he makes one of these fantastic rods.
All right, so we keep a pretty good, try to keep a good inventory of everything we got going on. This here is a 7-foot medium heavy rod. This is one of our top sellers. We'll get packages of components and blanks, and about every other day something's being delivered here. And when we get the blanks in, you know, some of the packaging is, you know, sometimes stuff gets damaged in transit, you know, so we look it over and we unpackage everything. We try to keep everything organized. I'm terribly OCD, so I think everything's got a place, and you know, I think that's really what's paid off a lot with our rods. But once you get a blank here and you decide what you're going to build, we'll come over here and you're going to see just how OCD I am.
Yeah, speaking of OCD.
So we have several different rod sizes. You know, we have the product to fit the rod like it's supposed to. We have no arbors. There's nothing filling a gap that's except the epoxy that actually holds it on. For instance, this is a 12-inch, a 12 millimeter. You know, this obviously this handle is a little too long for this rod, but if we went to a 12.5, our standard handle length is 9 3/4 inches. I think this 13. That's gonna put it pretty close right there. That's 9 1/2. So we're pretty close to where we're going to be. And as you can see, I mean, that's a tight fit, you know. And by the time you epoxy this thing in there with the OD matching with the ID of the real seat matching the OD of that blank, you know, that's a tight fit. It's secure. It's going to be there. You know, there's nothing except the epoxy between this real seat and your blank. So what you feel is what you feel. I mean, it's going to give you 100%. You know, there's no wood, no arbors, no foam, no anything. Next thing, once we get that fitted, with our handle links here, we do some marking and stuff. That's a little too much to get into on a video. But basically, we go through we pick a guide, a grip, depending on what the customer wants, or if we're just building some rods up to get ready to sell. The newest thing we got going is these carbon fiber grips. You saw that on one of Jack's videos prior to that. But the grips coming up, the ID on these grips, for every blank's got a different OD. So we have to ream these out to make them fit good and tight. Again, there's nothing between that grip and that blank except the epoxy that holds it on. Nothing. Just a good fit. And if it doesn't quite fit right, I throw it out. I'll either use it on another rod that it does fit, or you know, sometimes we do over ream them. When that happens, I don't use it. I mean, we use the best, tightest fit stuff that we can get. Once we get our handles put together there, we'll it pretty much will come on. It'll look something like this. This here is our split cork. This is grade A split cork. This has got some composite cork in it as well. So here we have a real seat, a rubber winding check. We like the rubber winding check because it takes off some of the weight of the rod. This here's got a 9 3/4 inch handle. Best split cork that we can get. Once you get this all put together here, we normally let them sit for, you know, heck, I mean, we build them 8, 10, 12, 15, you know, at a time. So as you're building them, we just stack them up and let them sit. Let that epoxy set. That way, because this has got to be built on a spine, and the spine is the toughest part of this blank. And we roll the blank. We put the rod in a bind here, and we roll that blank to find that spine. I think that's a little much to go into on a video just explaining this, but once we find that spine, we do assemble these products, these components to that spine. Like I said, we'll put them up, we'll let them sit, dry. We'll come back in, we'll add the hook keeper, we'll add our Heavysack
label and everything telling you what the rod is. When we first got started here, every rod we built, we went through, there's every blank that comes out, no matter if it comes from MHX, Batson, North, just any of those, any blank that comes out has a generic guide spacing. And as a generic, that's just a starting base. We actually put the handle and everything together. We did a static test, and that way we get the correct guide spacing per blank, per application, per guide. If you've got a particular reel you like to use, we do everything that we can to get the absolute best performance out of these rods. It's not something that's we don't take another rod, lay it up there, mark, that would like you buy at the store and just, no, everything that we've done, there's been a lot of time that went into getting this just perfect. There's a lot of good rods out there on the market, but the rods that you go and you buy off the shelf, that time is not, I can't say that it's not spent, because it may have been at one time, but everything changes, and on a regular basis, especially in the fishing industry. But we do our absolute best just to get the absolute best performance out of each rod we build every time we build them. And that being said, once we get the handles put together, we put the guides on. This is actually, we use, you can pick your own color, you can pick your grip. We can add your name, a logo, a team, sports team, NASCAR team, your boyfriend's name, your anniversary. The sky's the limit of what we can put on here. You can pick your guide color, your thread color. I'm sorry. If you wanted micro guides, we can do micro guides. Our standard is a tapered. We like that because to me, you get a lot of better just castability. I know the micro guide thing kind of come in as a wave, and there's a lot of people that still like it, but to me, this is the way to go. And we've, like I said, built over 700 on that wrapper last year alone, and I've not had a complaint yet as far as castability and usable. Once we get these guides wrapped and in place, the rod then comes over here to we got an epoxy station. We got a tag on this one. This one's actually already sold, but just for the time being for the video, as this rod spins here, we mix our epoxy. It's 50-50. We don't have cheap. All of our epoxy is the high build, absolute best I can get. It is UV protectant. That way it doesn't change colors. It don't look odd. It don't crack and get brittle like you see on a lot of rods. Carefully add the epoxy, and I like a good clean. My OCD kicks in here. I like a good clean line. I like it to be even. It rotates while you're putting it on so that your epoxy lays down and lays smooth. If you just dropped it and the rod was sitting there, it would form up and it would have a drip down. So once you get all the epoxy on, we come into every guide is, a double-footed guide's got thread on both sides, and here we are again. We got a nice clean line on those, on each edge. And once that gets done, we then transfer it up here to our rod dryer. We got a 9-rod. We can dry 9 rods at a time at the moment. Normally we let these rods dry for 24 hours. They rotate, they dry for 24 hours. We got a good smooth edge, just good clean epoxy job. Once we pull it off of there, it's ready to either package and ship, or it's ready for a customer to come out here and pick up and send us some pictures of what they do with them. Every day I get calls, I get texts, I get messages of, I love this rod, or I had a lady text me the other day. She ordered, custom rod. She wanted a specific color thread. We went with a specific grip color to match the thread. Added her name and everything, and then she bought, I'm not sure of the name, but what brand it was, but she bought a reel, or already had that reel to match that, and she was so tickled, man. She sent me a picture of it, just glad to have that all match, and that's me too. I mean, I like everything to match and look good, but the sky's the limit, and you can do about anything you want to do with rods. You know, once we get them pictures, man, you know, we try to maintain a good social media interaction, and heck, everybody that buys rods from me so far has come back, and you know, we've got rods from Canada to South Africa, California to North Carolina, South Carolina. I mean, we've got rods everywhere, and as far as I know, everybody's been pleased and, you know, steady coming back. So we're looking at now, you know, just continuing to grow. I think we were going to touch on the Guntersville tackle.
Yes, yes.
And we can move back over here and sit down and discuss that.
Yeah, let's do that. So Junior was talking a lot about team colors and team logos. I just want to show you guys this, 'cause I know I got a lot of people from Louisiana that watch this. Let's see if I can make it focus. Not on me and on the rod. Focus, focus. There it is. So if you can see the purple and gold for the LSU, and you can see the thread color. I mean, it's just small little touches like that he does that makes his rod stand out more than anybody else's. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. You know, when I first started going with Heavysack fishing rods, we sat in here and we did that same conversation. I don't know what, 2 hours when I was in here,
At least.
and 85% of it went straight over my head because I had no idea what the hell he was talking about.
We can continue on. I mean, it's so much to it than just slapping a few components on the blank and saying, here you go. I mean,
It really is, or even just letting the machine do it. Just
absolutely, yes, sir.
This is why I decided to get away from these other companies and go with this one, is because of the attention to detail that Junior does, and Shannon as well. They do a phenomenal job, and you know, Junior's got some big news. I think you're going to be in a tackle shop now.
Yeah, looks like Guntersville Tackle and Outdoors in Guntersville, Alabama. One of the premier lakes of United States is going to carry our rods. We're actually getting everything in the works now. I've been on the phone with the owner about 3 different times. We're putting together an order now for, you know, what's going on the lake right now. You know, they're getting ready to punch grass and, you know, do a lot of frog fishing. The snag proof tournament's coming up. So, you know, we want to be sure and have some good frog rods, and, you know, not just send them some rods. We want to send some rods that people are going to be using at the time.
Right,
you know,
absolutely.
Not only do I want him to be able to sell the rods and make a little money, I mean, I want to be able to sell the rods and make a little money, and, you know, I want to just help get the name out there.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, after that happened, as of today, I had another tackle store out of Tennessee reach out to me, interested in putting our rods in there. And it's kind of been back and forth. It's a family-owned store. I don't want to release a name yet because it's still it's in the beginning stages, but it looks kind of promising. You know, and who knows?
That's right.
We're just gonna keep on keeping on, and if it works out, you know, we put rods out there and they sell in these stores, you know, I'll be even more blessed. This whole thing's just been a blessing, and we're just gonna keep working hard, doing the best we can do, and
awesome.
See what happens.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really do. I'm not going to end it right here. I'll end it at the house. But if you want to check out his rods, which I'm telling you, they're best rods I've ever put my hands on. All his stuff is going to be linked down below. His website and all that stuff. I'm going to have it linked down below. It's going to always be linked down below from here on out. So go check him out. He's a really good dude.
My phone's always on. We're on social media. Look us up on Heavysack Fishing on Facebook, Instagram. You know, my phone rings off the hook, but I don't mind anybody calling, texting if you got a question. Our email address is heavysackfishing@yahoo.com. My phone number here is 601-622-0468. If you got any questions, if you've got an idea that you think may or may not work, give me a shout, man. We'll give it a try, and you know, we'll go from there. I'll make it happen. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, made it home from the Heavysack Custom Rods headquarters. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I was just trying to shed a little light on their company. Something I've never done before. I've never done anything like that, but I'm kind of glad I did. I think it turned out pretty good. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought about it. If you couldn't tell, I was pretty nervous during that. I've never done anything like that, and I think Junior was a little nervous too. I don't know, I really couldn't tell. I think he might have been, but I think I was more nervous than him. You know, I'm always filming by myself when I do these videos, and when I have someone else, I don't know, I get a little nervous. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really do. Junior's a really good guy. He's got a really good company. He makes fantastic rods. I mean, I'm being dead serious. They really are. So if you like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, that subscribe button's right there. Mash it. Drop a comment. Let me know what you thought about this. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you tomorrow.